Hello, everybody. Oh, we're down a man. There, he's back.
I'm back.
He's back.
I need a costume change.
I had to get the Batman shirt on for today too. I missed who that was. Thank you for the follow, whoever you were. Oh, Cadmium Judgment. Thank you for the follow. Welcome everybody to a little bit of a different board game night here on dmNorthTV. We are playing tonight. Everybody Lies. It's a Batman mystery game because today is apparently Batman Day because reasons. Actually, I think it was something to do with his first appearance in Detective Comics. Might have been today. I don't remember, but I had to. I saw it pop up on Twitter that it was coming up. I'm going, oh, that's Saturday. We should actually do a Batman themed game instead of the original plan. So this is a. I know Kim's played this. Played Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective before. Have you played ever a game like that, Nerdiana?
I've heard a lot of good things about that game, or a game similar to it, especially like for people who are searching for two-player options, for couples and such. So I've circled around it. I've never tried it though.
Yeah. So essentially, so none of us have played this game before, and none of us know much about this game beyond kind of some basic stuff we've kind of caught on videos and from the instruction manual. So we're really going into this blind. We don't really know what our goals are yet, but essentially it's like a murder, well, maybe not a murder, but it's a mystery that we have to solve. So we're going to be given something.
Who killed Batman? No.
Yeah. Who did kill Batman? And yeah, we're gonna have to work together. So we are basically a task force put together by Commissioner Gordon to help solve things that his police force doesn't have time for and isn't worth Batman's time. So that's who we are. The characters that we're playing, I'm going to be playing as Vicki Vale because the scenario is going to demand it. Kim, right below me, down there, is going to be playing as Catwoman, and Nerdiana at the bottom there is the happy Harvey Bullock.
That's right. I'm on to you, Bat.
I should have worn it.
I know you're the one to blame.
So essentially we're going to be playing, it's going to be kind of like discussion. There's no real turns in this game. It's going to be, we do kind of what we want as we want, and we decide who's going to do things. We've got our trusty pads and paper here. Kim's doing it digitally.
Oh, no, I got paper.
Oh, you got paper. So we can take notes and kind of figure out what's important here. The board over here is kind of where we're going to track things. So this over here is kind of the locations we can go to. There is City Hall, Gotham City Gazette, GCPD, and downtown is the locations we have available to us at the moment. There are other locations that we may unlock here. There's an envelope here that I've actually cracked. That's just so we don't have to see me suffer trying to open an envelope on screen. I haven't looked inside here yet. And then we've got 3 sets of cards. We've got a scene deck, a personal goal deck, and a prologue deck. The prologue is just the scenario we're playing. I haven't looked at any of this stuff, so we're not supposed to look at any of this stuff till it comes up.
Okay.
We're going to kind of go from location to location. Oh, sweet, an ad break's coming. That's awesome. We're going to be going location to location, and at those locations, we're hopefully going to be finding clues as to what we got to do next. To go to a location, you're just going to say, we're going to City Hall, and we're going to put our little blimp marker there. Or, the other option is we got a Batman Hero Clicks that we put there. So whichever we want to use as our marker. When we go to a location, we have to pay its cost. So right now there are no costs on any of these locations, but some of them do. So on the other side of this one, it has a certain requirement that you have to pay a certain token that you need to pay for. The tokens we're going to earn as we go, or we can make them. So all of our characters have abilities. For me, I can spend an investigation token, which is a basic token here. And I can get a Vicki Vale token, or I can spend an investigation token to unexhaust a tile. Catwoman, you can spend a thing to get a Catwoman token, or you can spend 2 to get a Batman token. Harvey can get his token or a... God, I can't even see what that is.
Donuts.
Looks like a police thing. And then the dude over here, Warren Spacey, we could spend 2 tokens to get a Joker token. So he's just there.
I mean, his power is looking mighty handsome.
Yeah, that too. That too. He's definitely the good looking of the bunch here. So yeah, I think what we got to do is see what we're doing so we know how to set up. So let's open this. Let's get rid of that. And this is our scenario. So I will go through this. You get to hear me read on stream.
Yeah.
So the prologue, location, the offices of the Gotham City Gazette, October 3rd, 8:45 a.m. That's way too early for me. It's pathetic, really. What kind of man picks up a woman at a funeral, you ask? No good, Sorry, no good, Vicky. Everyone knows Wayne's your ex, and you're writing an expose against Wayne Enterprises just isn't going to hold enough weight. Maybe hand the project off to Spacey. Your editor-in-chief Mario Ito usually has a good sense about these things, but that doesn't mean it's any less frustrating. Suddenly, one of your interns from Gotham City University comes through Ito's door, out of breath. Vicky, Karen's alive! What? You ask, confused and in a bit of shock. She was found late last night, staring at her own grave at Gotham City Cemetery, says the intern, whose name you've honestly forgotten. Once the shock wears off and you gain your composure, you're able to make a few phone calls. You find out that Karen Sinclair, is that the person we need to know who?
Karen is
Vicky.
the one who...
Karen, yes, okay. Karen Sinclair, your friend and colleague, who was declared dead last week, was discovered in the early morning near her own grave. She was beaten, cut up, obviously tortured, and mentally exhausted. Her mother said...
Question.
Yes.
She was found beaten by her already existing grave?
Yes.
Okay, I'm suspecting some, forethought in this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was beaten, cut up, obviously tortured, and mentally exhausted. Her mother said Karen called her an hour before that, but she didn't believe it was her. She was convinced her daughter was dead. Maybe Karen wanted to see for herself if it was true. The funeral was on Friday, 2 days ago. She had been missing for 2 weeks. The initial investigation showed that Karen had been attacked by criminals in the Diamond District, but Batman intervened, saved Karen, and pursued the criminals while contacting GCPD about Karen's location. When the officers arrived, they discovered that she was no longer there, and it was assumed that she had been abducted. A week later, the police released a report supporting her abduction by a serial killer, Barton Mathis, known as the Dollmaker. I knew it, you yelled as you re-enter Mario's office without knocking. They declared her dead way too quickly. Someone lied, or at least obfuscated the truth to protect someone else. We need to call the police, and I've already called, Mario says. They claim the Dollmaker must have had her hidden somewhere and was able to keep her alive. She was lucky to have escaped. The mayor is on line 1, Mario. Can I transfer the call? The intern's voice interrupts through the phone on Mario's desk. Yes, put him through, he says to the intercom on the phone. Vicky, I'm your friend too. We'll talk about this later. So it says the rules changes. Put the investigation token on space 5. So that is where we'll be starting.
Quick question before we continue. What was the Dollmaker's alias? Or
the Dollmaker, Barton Mathis. Mathis.
Thank you.
We get 1 investigation token in our pool. So it's right there. One of the players must play Vicki Vale. I will be Vicky. Goal of the case, find out who kidnapped Karen. Special rules. The game begins with Vicki Vale pursuing the goal. As the game progresses, other characters will join the game through cards 1, 2, and 3. So further leads. So down here, I hope you guys can see down here. I don't know if can you read that on screen or?
Well, I can read it on Twitch.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not logged into Twitch, but I will be.
So 001 is Karen is in the hospital.
Yeah, so that's basically tells us where we should go next. So the leads it's giving us, well, me, because I'm the only one here right now, is I can visit Karen in the hospital downtown. And that's number 1, which will bring us Catwoman. Visit GCPD to check the files from Karen's case. That'll bring us Harvey, and examine Karen's computer and notes at her desk in the Gotham City Gazette offices. And that will bring, well, nobody, because no one's playing him. So, yeah, so basically, I think it makes sense right now. Now, we don't have to follow all of these leads. It's our choice what we do and what we don't do. It's up to us. I just want to make sure I don't go too far off screen here because I'm kind of in a bad corner. But I think for this first one, I would just go kind of down 1, 2, and 3 and see what that is. But each time we do it, it's going to, the marker goes up. The further this goes down the track, the lower our score is going to be when we're all said and done. So the faster we solve this, the better it is, type of thing.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm assuming Toymaker is not a suspect if everyone thinks it's him, and
I think that's too obvious that it's a doll maker. That feels. I don't think that's an issue there. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the prologue deck, and I'm just gonna grab 1, 2, and 3 because we will go through those, I think. And I will not look at anything else. So on these cards is basically, this is probably where we want to look at the website. So we've all logged in here. This is the website that's kind of connected to the game. So it's got all the scenarios. You build an account, so it's going to track what we do. We click on Prologue because that's what we're playing, and then we got to tell it who's playing. So we've got Catwoman, we've got Harvey, and we've got Vicki. So no one's playing Warren, so he's not going to be in the game. We're going to hit continue. And so then we're on this screen here. And on this screen, it has the characters. So if we're doing kind of a general search, which we are, we click on the general one. If it's a specific character, like a personal one, we'd click on that character. But we're not going to do that. But you see how it asks, do you want to search for personal goals, which we don't. Okay. Some of these cards may say gain or look at file number 2 or 30 or whatever. Then we'd enter that file in here. Okay. So we don't do any of that until we're told to. No peeking, basically.
Right.
Okay. But you guys are all set up on the same thing. You got.
Okay, so I have Twitch open, I have the website open, but was I supposed to log into something, or do I have to click on all that, the prologue, the 3
click on the prologue, click those 3 characters, then you're going to be set up the exact same as I will be.
Okay, so Catwoman, Vicki Vale, and Harvey Bullock, continue. It's still, and there's general, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, general is just nobody, which is fine.
No worries. And now I'm at a place where I need to enter a search file. Or file
so
number.
don't do anything there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll go back to. I'll leave these here because I'm going to look at them. So we got number 1. That is traveling to downtown. So
to see Karen, right?
Yeah, 1 was to go see visit Karen in the hospital. So we have to move our token 1. So we go downtown. So we put our blimp here. There's no cost to pay. So when we do go there, we do flip this. Now downtown is actually the same on both sides, so it doesn't actually matter. But we'd have to pay the cost if there was the one there. So it says you arrive at the Mercy Hospital and 2 policemen watch over the entrance to Karen's room. 1 tall and chubby and the other shorter, fidgeting with the toothpick. Gain card 1. So it says right here, gain card 1, and it's got a little joker symbol. Those refer to the scene deck. So we look for card 1, and again, we try not to look at anything. Whoops. As I knock that off. So we'll put that just on screen here. So it's just like a little comic here. I will leave that up there for you guys to look at for now. And I'll continue reading here. Gain card 1, we did that. I'll just leave the flowers and I'm out, you assure them. Give them to me, the tall one answers. I'll take care of it. Come on, Jigs, says the other cop. Sinclair's unconscious. She won't mind. Jigs doesn't seem too happy, but he steps aside and lets you in. You shiver when you see Karen, all the cuts and bandages. What have they done to you, you whisper. As you approach her bed, she opens her eyes slowly. Vicki? She asks faintly. You set the flowers down on the bedside table and arrange them so the policeman can't see she's awake. A pen drive under the desk. I told them I had to. And Togaro. Togarro. Who's Togaro, you whisper. Where were you, Karen? Hey, yells Jigs, no talking to the patient. She was away for 2 weeks, you answer, just updating her on a little office gossip. Jigs just rolls his eyes. The smell of lavender in the car. 8-9, Karen continues. Oh my god, this seems important. And then darkness, constant darkness. They called him Dollmaker. Karen, you need to tell me more, you whisper. They asked me about Batman, asked me if I knew him. Of course I knew him. 8-9. How did you get out? She risked a lot to save me. Thank her for me if you see her. So let me flip the card. All right, time's up, says the doctor entering the room. I'm happy you're safe, Karen. You say as you exit. Leaving the room, you overhear Jigs making a phone call. Yeah, Vale, I don't know. I'll see someone in Arkham later today. I don't. The other cop nudges him, and he immediately changes the topic. Yeah, Sinclair's doing well. She'll recover. She just needs to rest. You keep moving, minding your own, and pretending not to overhear anything. You feel their stares on your back as you enter the elevator and exit the building. Moreover, oh my god, my glasses are messed here. Moreover, you have an uneasy feeling that someone else has been observing you as well. You friends with her? A woman asks, stepping from the shadows. As you leave the building, you recognize her immediately. Yeah, friend, colleague, you stammer as Catwoman stands before you. You found her. She told me to thank you. It wasn't like that, Catwoman says. I was doing what I do. She just happened to be there. And I'm curious. I plan to go back as soon as I can. What do you want? You asked as the charm wears off. Why was she there? What's her connection to the clinic? You want my help? You cut her off at the opportunity to work with Catwoman. Don't you have more capable friends? I do, but he's a bit moody, and I assume Miss Vicki Vale has a few tricks up her sleeve. If Catwoman is on the team, she gains card A. So I will get you that in a second. And I will not look at that. That is card A. Okay. We gain a token. Further leads. See what Catwoman uncovers when returning to the clinic. That's number 9, the underground. We can follow Jigs after he is done with the shift at the hospital. That's 12 to Arkham Asylum. Oh, so that's going to open up a few spots here. So the underground is now available. And Arkham Asylum is available. See if Catwoman's friend can help you with more information about what's happening the night Karen was abducted from the Batcave. There's the Batcave. So we got a few other places we can go. Any notes you want from that card?
Was there any? What was she saying about the numbers? What was the first?
I'll get you the numbers, but I'm going to get you your personal card here.
Yeah, that's right. I heard 8-9 and 8-9, but I don't remember the one before it.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. So I got to get that into player 2. Take a picture. Hopefully this is in focus.
I'll let you know.
Okay, so that is yours. It is your choice if you share any information on that card.
To read this.
Yeah, so you read that. I'll look for the numbers here. I hope you guys are taking good notes, because I'm not.
I don't know about my notes.
I'm taking pointed notes.
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Cuts Vicki. Pen drive under the desk. And Togaro.
Yep.
You got that noted?
And
Pen
that,
drive.
and specifically, there was a note. Someone noted the scent of lavender.
Yeah, I caught that as well.
Very specific, yeah.
Smell of lavender. And then 8-9. Karen continues. Then darkness, constant darkness. They called him Dollmaker. 8989. So she repeats it again. She repeats it twice more. So I don't know if it's 8989 or 89.
Just 89. Yeah.
So this is available to us. Was there anything on this card of interest? I don't see anything.
The problem with number clues in this game is it's hard to not think it's like guiding you to a card specifically. You know
yeah. The first thing you think of is it's 89, right? But
I just understood it was an actual clue for us as the gamer.
So I don't think we want to follow anything on this card yet. I still think we want to kind of do the initial 3, right?
I'm down for the ride, yeah.
Okay. So then let's go to GCPD second. So that's down here. So we got to flip that one. So right now, still no cost associated with it. However, to use it again, we're going to have to use a token. And then we got to move that up. And that's for card number 2. And oh my god. This is going to be listen to Jordo read stuff. GCB headquarters, gain card number 2, which should be this second one. Whoops. Vicki Vale, always on the lookout for a scandal.
All I can think about whenever I hear that song, I mean, the name Vicki Vale is there's literally a song I used to listen to, and I can't even tell you what or who sang it, but literally the main lyric, I think like the hook of the song was like, "Vicki Vale, my heart you stole," because like she's like a prominent character in the first Batman movie with with Keaton. What's his name? I can't think right now.
Michael Keaton.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so we gained card number 2. So we are in GCP headquarters over here. Sinclair is safe. Dollmaker is in Arkham. Everyone is happy except for Vicki Vale, always on the lookout for a scandal, yells Jack Nettles, the cop you've been nagging for the last 15 minutes. I hope you're aware that we don't have time to reinvestigate closed cases. Maroney and Cobblepot are at each other's throats again, and we're risking another gang war out there. Karen Sinclair was missing for 2 weeks, and no one knows what was going on with her, you answer. Don't you think her family deserves some answers? She'll tell them herself when she's in better condition, he says, and puts his cap and jacket on, ready to leave the office. You don't move. You're not going anywhere, are you? He sighs. Lux, he waves at another policeman. Give those files Kinski put together. He turns back to you. You'll get what you want, but I warn you, you won't learn much from it. Kinski is not the most thorough officer at the station. Officer Robert Lux hands you the files. Read files at 002. So that not D&D, it's a Batman mystery. So
yeah, it's kind of like sorry.
So now this is where we enter 002. We click on that, and you guys can do this on your thing too. And it gives us a file.
I see. Yay. Oh, fancy. Okay, are we looking at the same thing on your screen, or should I be looking on my...
Whatever's easier. If you could read it here, great. If you can't, just
excellent.
Go to 002. So this is the case file. Victim Karen Sinclair, Gazette journalist, 32. On September 19th, she was attacked by local gang members in a warehouse located in the Diamond District. Is the Diamond District somewhere? Is it on that?
If you want me to read it, I can actually read it pretty well.
Oh, actually, yeah. Why don't you read it? Oh, the Diamond District is there.
Yep. So we got okay, so on September 19th, Karen was attacked by local gang members in a warehouse located in the Diamond District. She was saved just in time by Batman, who happened to be patrolling the streets nearby. The gangsters fled and Batman pursued them. But first he notified the police about Karen's location and asked them to escort her safely to the hospital. Officer Jeremy Giggs and Thomas Kinski, who I believe was who we were just talking to.
Yeah.
Thomas, yes, and volunteered to take on the task, which is an interesting thing to note that they volunteered. When the officers Giggs and Kinski arrived to escort Sinclair to safety, she wasn't there. Officer Kinski remained on the scene to wait for forensics, while Officer Giggs searched for the area for Kinski's the one who did it. I'm sorry, like he's pushing us away. He stayed behind, and he could in a situation where he could have tampered with like the forensics. He volunteered for it. Like, I'm sorry, my spidey sense is saying this Kinski fella is very guilty. But remain the scenes to wait for forensics while Officer Giggs searched the area for Karen, the actual missing person. Three of the gangsters, including known hitman Gus Weller, were caught and placed in Blackgate Penitentiary. They didn't know anything about Sinclair's abduction. Okay, so that's important to note. Blackgate is the prison, Arkham is the asylum. So, main suspect on the 26th, 2 days from my birthday, Giggs and Kinski discovered an illegal surgical room in the sewers beneath the Diamond District. But I mean, okay, these two. Okay, the evidence found on the scene, including various human body parts, suggested that the place belonged to Surgeon Barton Mathis, also known as the Doll Maker. Mathis was arrested and placed in Arkham Asylum. The evidence found in Mathis's surgical room was Karen Sinclair's blood, Karen Sinclair's little and ring fingers right hand, documents proving that her organs were sold on the black market because people keep paper trails of such exchanges. So
Oh, sorry.
honestly, my bat my
Spidey sense,
I don't
your bat
know,
sense.
my Bullock sense is saying that this Kinski fella, this Thomas Kinski, is someone to keep an eye out on
or talk to them.
Yeah.
It could be working for
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah. So we'll keep
Talking to people never solves anything.
We'll make note of Kinski, but we'll see what the rest of this card says. Okay, so we've done that file. You return the files and leave the building frustrated. You'll have to find another way to get more information about what happened to Karen. Suddenly you hear a voice behind you. I guess we both agree that something doesn't feel right about this case. You turn and see the officer in a long coat that you saw earlier at the station. Detective Harvey Bullock, he introduces himself. How are you involved in this Karen Sinclair case, you ask? You don't have time to talk to another incompetent police officer. I'm not, but if it has anything to do with whatever's going on behind closed doors at the police department, I'd like to look into it. If Bullock is on the team, he gains card B. I will get you card B in just a second. We gain another investigation token. Further leads. Ask Bullock to obtain Dollmaker's files. GCP headquarters. Ask Bullock if he has any informants in Blackgate to discuss Dollmaker, Gus Weller, and Karen Sinclair. Talk to Jiggs and Kinski about the investigation. So we got a few options there. So let me get you. This is going to be the slow part of this. This is yours, Harvey. And again, you can read through this and you can choose to share information or not. That should be in the Discord there. If it's out of focus, let me know.
I can read it just fine.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry, I didn't realize the mic was off.
So, do we want to get the basic info from Warren's spot, and then we'll kind of figure out where we go from here? That's number 3. That's from our initial clues.
So what did we get out of number 2? Nothing really.
No, we got some names. I feel with number 2 we got. We're interested in. Oh no, that was from the file. It was yeah. Which is the dude? Which is the one we're more Kinski, right? Because he's the one.
Yeah, Thomas Kinski.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like if this was the real world, I would like. I mean, if I was actually talking to this man, I'd probably just slap cuffs on him, just as a matter of fact.
So Thomas, we know there's something up with that dude. Yeah, not much else on the card. It was just the file. And it's kind of pointing to the doll maker, and then there's her blood and her fingers were found there.
No, they cut her fingers off. How rude.
And then documents proving her organs were sold on the black market, yet she's alive. So someone fudged the paperwork.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I don't think there's paperwork for black market stuff. I'm kind of questioning that myself.
Wait, let me notarize this.
Yeah, exactly. But I think we go to number 3, to the Gazette. That gives us our first 3 things, and then we figure out where we go from there, because that kind of introduces all the characters then.
I mean, that's fair. That's where everyone worked. There's no way we couldn't get info there, you know?
Yeah, so let's go.
Including Karen.
So then to go here, the Gazette, we got to float down here, still no cost. We do go up there. Number 3, the Gotham City Gazette. Vicki, I know Karen's your friend. Maybe that's exactly why you should leave this case to the police, says Mario Ito. Didn't I read an Ito? Wasn't he in the first one too? Oh no, that was the intro.
Oh no, Ito is Mario Ito is the editor.
Okay, Gotham City Gazette editor-in-chief.
And also the first one to announce, yeah.
After you ask him for permission to access Karen's belongings. You get too involved, you get yourself in trouble. Besides, don't you remember you have other tasks to finish? The articles about Maroni and the Penguins' war won't write themselves. I think that's a red herring. I think we can ignore that. There's also this explosion under the Kane Memorial Bridge. Poison ivy spotted in Robson Park. Mayor Hardy's unfortunate conference. Fine, I'll investigate Karen's case after hours. How about that? You sigh. You know I can't just ignore it and pretend that everything's all right. All right then, do what you want. But I can't give you access to Karen's computer. It was secured by the police after she went missing. I do have some of the documents, though, and he continues handing you a sticky note. I can give you the password to the folder where she stored all her in-progress materials. Read, let's get our thing back up. Read files 003A.
Okay. Are we all supposed to check this out?
Yeah, we can all check this out. Okay, let's check out this. Okay. So 003A, confiscation documents. Karen Sinclair's personal belongings confiscated as evidence in this case. Laptop, 4 binders with notes from the last 4 years, a voice recorder, 2 external hard drives. Evidence secured by Thomas Kinski.
Oh my god, yep.
That's interesting. Okay, Karen's notes. Stored in Gotham City Gazette's cloud. Article, who's behind Gotham City's vigilante? I think I finally found a way to contact Batman. Got to be careful, though. It might be my only chance. Spacey will be mad. Who's Spacey? Do we know Spacey?
I thought Spacey, Ito, I thought it was all one name. I wasn't sure. I think it's Spacey Mario Ito.
Oh, maybe. Okay. I just hope I didn't spill too much. Hello, Ryan. Was bragging about it to the bartender at Tino's. Falcone's connection to Gotham City's institutions. How does Carmine Falcone pay his elite hitmen? Maybe I should contact Batman to investigate. I don't think we care. I was supposed to meet with the Soriso Clinic today, but they canceled.
Oh my god, I would love to go to the Chorizo Clinic. I need to go there today.
They probably guessed I wasn't there to schedule a rhinoplasty, or maybe I just don't look rich enough. No need to bother. Oops. No need to bother Batman. For once, the police stepped up and promised to provide protection for whoever's sending those messages. And maybe I shouldn't inform Mario about all this for now. He'd be mad. Oh. The officials still don't want to see me. Maybe I should ask Vicki to go instead. She was more convincing. No, it's too risky. Okay, something happened here. You can't see that. August 30th, it's September 12th. She was getting a little fidgety, right? Nothing else on here. So something... Yeah, there's something about those dates. But I'm most interested in the whole Kinski part. Okay. You guys can keep reading that if you want. Thanks, boss, you say, and turn toward the door. Vicki, one more thing, he says, stopping you. The night Karen went missing, someone stole a car near where she was left. The car was found in the Cherry Hill Park 2 days later. The owner, Alice Torres, came to the office earlier today. She wanted us to write an article about it. Apparently, she's mad the authorities were ignoring her. I thought it might be of interest. When was that?
No. Oh.
There was no date there.
No, that is interesting though. I think
gain card
again
3.
like August 30th is a good call because again like
oops, that's not card 3.
the
Gene, if you ain't first, you're last.
Okay, so this is card number 3 has come up here. No one cleared the desk when Karen went missing. No one felt like it was the right thing to do. Wasn't there something about a thumb drive somewhere? Oh, hang on, you can't see what I got.
Oh no, not in the list, the confiscated documents list. There's nothing about a thumb drive. I heard that.
Just hard
Wink, nudge, nudge.
You walk up to Karen's desk. No one cleared it when she was missing. No one felt like it was the right thing to do, or maybe no one could believe that she was really gone. Where to begin, you say to yourself. She was really into the whole mafia business, wasn't she? Says Warren Spacey. Oh, that's Warren Spacey.
Oh,
that guy.
Okay,
that guy. I forgot about him. Mr. Smolder there.
That's right. I couldn't see past his eyes.
Yeah, your fellow journalist leaning back on his chair. Do you need some help with that case? He reaches into his pocket for a pen drive. The police didn't confiscate everything. There's the pen drive. He smiles cunningly. I found it under Karen's desk right before they arrived. Maybe you'll learn something interesting from it. Read files 003B. 003B. Phone call recording. 2 male voices. Voice 1 has an Italian accent. Warehouse, September 19th. Make sure no one follows you. And the boss will... Sure thing, Tagaro. Oh, that name came up before. Okay. Tagaro.
I'm just not to workshop this while we're on the air, but that was a terrible Italian accent.
Sorry, I'm not doing characters very good. I told you not to use my name. I don't want to be offensive because that's pretty much what I'll do. Geez, all right. By the way, how are things in the? Same as usual. No problem with deliveries. Falcone will be glad. Are you sure the phone's not? Oh. Didn't put that up for people. What? Why? Okay, gotta go. This is interesting. Okay. If Spacey's on team, he gains card C. Nope. But we do gain another token. Further leads. Talk to the owner of the stolen car. Ask Spacey to ask his informants about Tagaro. Ask Spacey to dig into Karen's work on the mafia. So we got some things to do here now. So now I think we have some decisions to make. Where do we want to go next?
What are the options still?
Can you see them? The little blue things here.
Oh, okay, yeah, I gotta walk back 1 second. The problem with having ADHD is you can't just sit still. I am back. Okay. So our options are the Batcave, which is too early, I feel like. I don't think we need to go to Arkham Asylum. Is Blackgate an option?
Okay. Let me grab these here. Okay, so one is we can see what Catwoman uncovers when returning to the clinic. That's in the underground. We can follow Giggs or whatever until he is done with the shift at the hospital. That's Arkham Asylum. See if Catwoman's friend can... Oh, that's going to the Batcave. I don't know about that.
Honestly, I'm so curious what would happen if we cut the shit and just went directly to the GCPD.
Well, ask Bullock to obtain Dollmaker's files Ask Bullock if he's an informant in Blackgate to discuss dollmaker Gus Weller and Karen Sinclair. Talk to Jiggs and Kinski about the investigation. We do want to talk to Kinski. Like he's kind of my number one guy.
We should go interrogate him.
You want to go?
Yeah, those are my top 2 options: is Kinski, and then secondarily is going to Blackgate.
So
but it seems like we're all unanimous.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good with Kinski. So that's going to downtown. Is there any personal leads that you guys might want to do something with?
No, I think my personal, I'll share it because I think it's obvious. My personal goal is to find out why the police don't want to continue to investigate Karen's case, and it's because they're involved directly.
Okay.
And they're covering it up.
Okay.
I know already.
Okay. So we said we need to go. Sorry, where do we need to go? To talk to Jiggs and Kinski about the investigation. That's 008 downtown. So to go downtown, we fly up here. We move that down, and I said 8, right?
I think so.
8 downtown. Whoops, those are all out of order. More reading. Okay. You contact officers Jeremy Giggs and Thomas Kinski and tell them you want to write a short article about the happy ending of Karen Sinclair's case and their part in catching the dangerous criminal known as the Dollmaker. You schedule a meeting with them at Tino's. The bar is popular amongst the policemen, and you hope they'd feel comfortable enough to tell you everything you want to know. It's such a yeah, that's right. Get them drunk and get them talking. Right. It's such a relief that Miss Sinclair is alive, says Officer Jiggs, a chubby, tall man in his 30s. I cannot imagine what she must have gone through after she was kidnapped by Dollmaker, the things she must have seen. Yeah, no wonder she still doesn't want to talk about it, adds Officer Kinski, a shorter man who reeks of matches and nicotine. Lavender, that's the smell we're looking for. I think Batman...
He smokes cigarettes, which in movie speak or in Batman universe means he's evil. He's no good.
That's right. I think Batman would be relieved too, knowing that even though he put Sinclair in danger, she ended up alive, you note. Kinski starts fidgeting in his chair. Oh, he's guilty as fuck. Yeah, though, I don't know what he was doing there in the first place, he says. He's rarely seen so close to the Diamond District. Hang on, gotta write down Diamond District, because that's come up a couple times.
Wait, who was seen at the Diamond District
Batman.
Recently? Oh, gotcha. Also, this place, Tito's, I saw it mentioned before. Was that the location where Karen went missing? Tito's bar?
Where is that part? Tino's bar. You know what? I'll leave that.
Because, like, if that's the case, because, like, I remember the bar the name coming up in the past, then, like, I feel like we have, like, location, you know, we have means, we have location.
But we don't know
like,
why.
We just need motivation. That's it. That's the only thing we're missing right now. But I'm just, we're going to stumble into it right now. I have a feeling.
It was your territory. It wasn't your territory either, as far as I know, you point out. No, but we were in the Diamond District to pick up Jiggs' daughter from her friend's house, says Kinski. So we were nearby when the call came through about Sinclair's location. Dollmaker had only 2 minutes to kidnap Karen after Batman had left and you arrived. Okay. Excuse me, Miss Vale, Giggs interrupts. I thought you wanted to talk about the aftermath of the investigation, not the investigation itself. Is it a problem, officer? Not at all, but we have nothing more to add to what we said before. Batman notified the police about where he left Karen Sinclair. The captain ordered us to go there. We arrived as soon as we could, but Sinclair was already gone. A few days later, we found evidence against the Dollmaker, unlucky girl. Didn't it say they volunteered? They weren't ordered. Okay. You were sent there by Captain Gordon. Didn't you just say that you were merely nearby when the call came through, you ask? What? And why were you the only one at the scene? When did forensics arrive at the scene, and where were you, Giggs? First of all, says Giggs, his face a darkening red, you shouldn't have had access to such information, Miss Big-Time Journalist. everyone remembers your gossip column. Second, I wasn't there because I went looking for Karen Sinclair and got lost. I don't know my way around the Diamond District. Third, if this is some reveal the dark secrets of the police kind of interview, then it's pointless. Come on, Kinski. We have better things to do. Gain a investigation token. I don't think the bar means anything. I think it's just a bar. But Kinski's fucking... These guys are guilty, man. Yeah, there's no further leads there.
So can we how do we guess who did it? Like, how do we, if we want to take a stab
it's not really there's not really a guess who's done it. We just decide when we want to stop. When we want to stop, then there's going to be, then we go down to this window here, and we're going to go to the final report. There's going to be questions that we need to be able to answer.
I see.
It's exactly like Sherlock Holmes. Remember, like you just decide when you want to stop, when you think you got enough information.
When we think we know who it is. Okay. Did it? Okay.
Okay. So this is actually probably, because this is what they call a recap space, this is probably a good time for us to kind of go through what we think we know so far.
Nothing.
Well, we know Jason Kinski did something.
Yeah, he's a bit on the edge. Every time.
It happened in the Diamond District. This 8989 we don't know anything about. And
I think we should go see the Diamond District. That's where she was kidnapped, right? The warehouse or something in the Diamond District?
Yes, but I don't know how to go there, because that doesn't seem to be an option at this point. So we don't need this.
Because there is no Diamond District, right?
Well, there is on the map. So if we go to the Gotham map, it is number... I found it on there. It's kind of right in the middle. Sorry, south middle locate area. Right above number 30.
Wait, why can't I find the number on there? Oh, maybe it's not at the bottom.
So I think those are actually locations, but we don't really know a location. We just know an area.
Okay, so it's an area.
But you see that area? Like, do you see what we're talking about?
Yeah, I see what district there is. And there's things around that area.
There's things around it, but we don't really know anything about that at this point in time.
So all we know is Batman was there at that time.
Well, Batman was there, so we may want to talk to Mr. Batman at some point here. So we could also, there's also the option to follow Jiggs after he's done his shift at the hospital. See what he's up to.
And there's nothing to talk to Mr. Nothing came out.
We can ask Bullock to obtain the Dollmaker's files. I'm not sure how useful those are.
I don't think he did anything. We
can ask Bullock if he has any informants in Blackgate.
Which one was Blackgate again? What was that?
So we're looking for if there's any informants in Blackgate to discuss the Dollmaker, Gus Weller, and Karen Sinclair. Why do I not recognize the name Gus Weller?
I think they're trying to pin it on him. So.
And then our other option is the stolen car. What was the car stuff again?
Cherry Hill. The car was stolen and found on Cherry Hill. I forget the lady who was
Alice Torres. Ask Spacey to ask his underground informants about Tagaro. Ask Spacey to dig into Karen's work on the Mafia. Tagaro is a name that's come up.
Yeah, but there's nothing to go see him, right?
No, but we can ask Spacey to ask his informants about Tagaro. That's in the underground.
Okay. That might be an option.
I don't know if it's a party. It's more people reading things and trying to figure out how to do things. What do you guys want to do?
So I would like to see about this Tagaro and the war thing then, because I think that's probably the why as to why the cops did it. And like, because that's like, even though we know they're not going to give it up, their boss is going to give up the info.
So we want to ask Spacey to ask his informants about Tagaro.
Yes, let's do that.
So that's at the underground. Where's the underground? So that cost us a Joker token. So we need to spend.
Who is Spacey again? That's also a question.
Spacey is this guy, smoldering eyes. Remember?
Oh yes. Okay, yes.
So to get the Joker token, we need to spend 2 of these to get this, and then we need to spend this to go here.
Did we have a Joker token?
We just got it.
Oh, okay.
So then we go here, flip this over, spent our Joker token, move that up, and then what did I say that was? 8? 7. Let's go to card number 7. Try not to look at anything else. Okay. Tagaro, whoever he is, must be somehow associated with Carmine Falcone. Time to make use of your network of informants. The first person you meet is Abigail Jones. She works at the Rosemary restaurant, where gang meetings often take place, and she has quite a good ear. You meet her in the back alley behind the Rosemary. On September 19th... Oh, did someone write down...
That date came up.
That date came up? Okay.
Somewhere, yes.
On September 19th, she says after putting a piece of nicotine gum in her mouth, the night that girl went missing... Oh, that's why it was important. Okay. Tagaro was supposed to have some important meeting in the warehouse. Why am I laughing at this? In the Diamond District. He wanted to climb the hierarchy in the gang, so he was really looking forward to getting this job done, even if it was a basic arms transaction or something. But I haven't seen him since then. You finish the conversation and head to the last place you'd probably want to find yourself late in the night. The crematory near Gotham City Cemetery. The main clients of this place are the unfortunate members of the city's underworld who die every day in various gang wars on the streets of Gotham City. The man who runs this place is Herman the Cleaner Hunter. He made quite a career from cleaning crime scenes and getting rid of bodies. Even the most prominent gang bosses use his services. Tagaro, he asks, frowning as he sweeps the ashes from one of the cremation ovens. Why are you asking me? He looked pretty alive when I last saw him. He was at Falcone's a week ago as I was picking up an order. But he was called to Falcone's office and was told that if he failed again, he would be the next to end up in my crematory. Finally, you meet with Gary Greenland, one of Falcone's chauffeurs. He drives you to the docks in Tricorn, somewhere you can talk in peace. I don't know much, especially about Tagaro, he says, but a few days after the chick was abducted, there was quite a purge in the gang. 3 people were killed. I've heard it was because one of them told too much to someone who shouldn't know certain things. They don't like snitches here, you know. Don't come to me for any more information or you'll end up like Karen Sinclair and I will end up like those 3 gangsters. Then he drives away, leaving you alone at the docks, far away from the nearest bus stop. Great. Gain an investigation token. I don't think that told us a whole lot.
No.
Nope.
Well, Falcone's name's come up a bit.
Yeah, but he's like the big bad, right? Like
Yeah. Like he might be the one who ultimately hired the goons that did the deed. Like I think that's what we're looking for now. Because I think the goons were too obvious, and like I have a feeling if we give that as an answer, we're not gonna succeed.
Yeah, I think Tagaro. We still need to know where he is, but he's missing.
Let's you want to check out Blackgate?
What was the Blackgate one?
Harvey Bullock checks his informants. Well, what are the other options? If they're
okay, so for Bullock, we had ask Bullock to obtain the Dollmaker's files. I'm not keen on that one.
Yeah, don't want that either.
Ask Bullock if he has any informants in Blackgate to discuss Dollmaker, Gus Weller, and Karen Sinclair. That's not a bad one. Talk to Giggs and Kinski. Oh, we did that one already.
Yeah, so I'm down for that middle one.
There's that one, or there is... What did Catwoman have? See what Catwoman uncovers when returning to the clinic. Meh. I want to follow this guy. That interests me.
And, guy?
Yeah. See if the Catwoman's friend can help you. Oh yeah, visit Batman. I do think we need to see Batman at some point. Like he's definitely going to be involved in this. What do you want to do?
Right, that's fair.
And again, at any point in time, if you guys want to push for your personal goals and you need to use tokens, we can chat about it. I have no personal goals yet.
Can we just? I guess. Well,
the personal goals are it's your decision if you want to discuss them or not.
Yeah. And honestly, mine was fairly obvious.
Mine is to go after Falcone, but
okay. So you want to push for that direction.
But
I'm cool with I feel on my personal list of to do, I'm cool with going after the informants. I'm cool with talking to Batman, and I want to follow those fuckers.
I feel like we should talk to Batman first.
Batman before the informants? How do you feel, Officer Bullock?
Honestly, yeah, let's check in with Batman if that's an option.
We're gonna talk to the Bat. So we gotta go to the Batcave. What's the Batcave cost? It costs us a Bat token, so we gotta spend.
No.
We gotta spend 2 of these to get a Bat token from Catwoman, and then we gotta spend the Bat token to go to the Batcave. Whoops. And then we gotta flip that. And then we go down. And sorry, which one was that? 11. Whoops. 11. Okay. Just because you know the way in doesn't mean you can come and go as you please. That was my Batman voice, I guess. You guys are Batman. I don't think I have enough water to do a Batman voice.
That wasn't that bad.
That hurts, and not in a good way. You respond as I don't want to read this. I don't want to be flirting with myself. As Batman appears suddenly, and I know you're not expecting this, but I need your help. He doesn't respond, but pulls his cowl back and sits down heavily at a monitor. What exactly were you doing in the Diamond District on September 19th, you ask? You've business with some high society ladies? I've been following the gang members since late August. I knew they were planning an illegal arms transaction in the Diamond District. That's... Torgaro was doing something with arms, wasn't he? I didn't want to interfere too early. I waited until they were all in one place. Unfortunately, Sinclair decided to show up that same moment to bust them. I don't know how she knew about the location of the meeting. She was hiding, recording their conversation, and they discovered her. I had to act. And what about those gangsters you caught? Did you interrogate them before you tied them up and left them like a wrap package for the police? Of course, he answers. One of them was Gus Weller. Oh, okay. That name's come up. He was a hitman who collaborated with Falcone, but he wasn't exactly part of the gang. He owned shares in the Black Rose Casino, though. It officially belongs to millionaire Alina Scott, but it's not hard to deduce that it's a front for Falcone to launder his money. I'll go to Blackgate and beat some answers out of Weller. Maybe he'll remember some details. I don't think you will, says Batman. He died in Blackgate a few days ago due to an accident. Quotes. He fell down some stairs. His shares were redistributed that same day, as if someone knew it was going to happen. I would have really liked to get my claws in him. You sure you have the restraint to be doing this kind of work? Not that it isn't nice to see you pretending to be a good guy, but I never thought you'd involve yourself in something like this. I'm a complex woman, Bats. I thought you knew that by now. Anything else I can do for you, Selina? He asks. When he calls you by name, you know it's not in the mood. He's not in the mood for small talk. Gain a investigation token.
A name under that.
Yeah, we got a name. Gus Weller, but that was that was coming up anyway. I almost feel like Batman was a bit of a waste.
Huh.
He didn't say anything about the district.
In his house all the time.
No.
Batman could be spending so much on social programs, but instead he's just like, I just want to punch someone in the face. Like, like punching bags aren't good enough. Like, they need to cry and
That's
whimper.
right. I do think we need to go to Blackgate. What does Blackgate cost us now? Do we have Blackgate?
Is it? No, we don't.
Oh, that came up. Okay, there we go. We do have Blackgate. I just forgot to add it.
That's why I always like the Flash from the old DCAU. Like literally, like when he faces his villains, he's like, are you okay? Are you taking your medicine? And then he has a drink with them. Like Batman's like, no, I'm tired of this. You're going down now.
I'm good with going to the informants next. I feel those last two haven't been great. How do you feel about going to Blackgate?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to spend
It was the part I was bored to play, baby.
Okay, so we're gonna go to Blackgate. Got to spend 2 tokens to get there. And what was that? Blackgate Penitentiary was number 10. 10. Not loving the look of this card. Okay. Blackgate is a nice reminder that not everyone in Gotham City is insane. Some are just evil. This once condemned structure has held and protected us from the likes of Talia al Ghul, Bane, and even Catwoman for a time. Obviously, some are worse than others. You make your way to the southern tip of the city and cross the bridge to Blackgate Isle. The first inmate you're interrogating is Sid Sullivan, a petty mafia boss, who ended up in Blackgate after Sinclair's investigative expose ran and uncovered his shares in the illegal arms trade a few years ago. Karen Sinclair, he asks, the journalist who had an informant among Falcone's men and was writing, informant, and was writing something about the gang. Good thing Falcone finally took care of it. She deserved what she got. She shouldn't have stuck her nose in the family's business. Maroni, Falcone, and Cobblepot were all getting more and more irritated by her. She was also obsessed with Batman, and they were afraid she'd cooperate with him to bring them down. It couldn't end well for her. Next in line, Karen's not popular. Next in line is...
Sorry, I was just going to say the one unbelievable line of this whole thing that you read was like, that Blackgate held Talia al Ghul. Like, maybe she just wanted a staycation, but there's no way they're holding Talia al Ghul for more than more than she wants to be held.
Yeah. Next in line is Maisie Morin, a hitwoman from the Narrows you and Gordon sent to Blackgate after she took down 12 of Maroni's men. She knows a lot about other active assassins in the Gotham City. Gus Weller, she wonders. Yes, I know him, or rather, I knew him. He died a few days ago, pushed off the stairs by a guy with a rose tattoo on his neck. Rose tattoo. Gus spectacularly failed his task, so he probably deserved it. The rumor says it was Togaro who ordered the assassination. Don't ask me who Togaro is, I just heard the name.
Oh, great. Nobody knows who this guy is.
Yeah. Then you descend to the lower part of Blackgate Penitentiary, where all the particular gruesome criminals are kept. Down here, you can almost hear the waves crashing against the cliffs of the Blackgate Isle outside, and the lights flicker ominously in the narrow corridor. The guard brings in Alec Cook, a former sawbones who ran an illegal practice in Crime Alley. He must have heard about the dollmaker. Dollmaker? He was mostly a freelancer. A few years ago, Falcone hired him in his money laundering business, the plastic surgery clinic, or rather its underground section for injured criminals. It's a cheap place, they deal in illegal transplants, and so on. He eventually grew tired of Dollmaker, who started to experiment on his own in the clinic. I met him in Blackgate before he was eventually moved to Arkham. He gathered a couple of guys and was talking about his last surgery. He created a balanced man, as he called it. He sewed together the body of a beggar he found on the streets with the body of a broker from Gotham City Bank. Eventually, the police muscled in and interrupted the surgery. Did he say anything about a woman, you ask? No, he didn't mention many women in his crazy monologues. You ask the guards to keep these interrogations a secret, just in case. Gain an investigation token. So,
What do you think we learned from that? Summarizing.
Tagaro.
But we can't go. We can't find him, right? He's missing.
He's missing because Falcone probably dealt with him.
Did we talk to Falcone?
I don't think we can. Okay, so from talk to the owner of the stolen car. I don't think the car means anything. Ask Spacey about his informants about Tagaro. We did that, I think. Yes, we did that. And I don't feel that actually got us a lot of information. Did it?
I tried to focus on that one, but I couldn't. You
know.
Like I didn't glean anything like
no, nothing jumped out at me on that one, but who knows, maybe we missed something there. He was at Falcone's a week ago, but he was called to Falcone's office and was told that if he failed again, he would be next to end up in the crematory.
And this is Ferragamo, like that did this. That talked to Falcone a week ago, and
that was the dude working in the cemetery. What was his name?
I know I'm being a little blasé about his name.
Not Gus.
Herman.
Gus? Herman.
Herman Hunter.
Okay.
So he saw what's his face alive. So we did that. Ask Spacey to dig into Karen's work on the mafia. Maybe we do need to go looking into the mafia a bit.
I think that's the way to go.
I don't think we care about the doll maker. Talk to Giggs. We did that already. And
maybe that might open up Falcone if we go talk to that.
See what Catwoman uncovers returning to the clinic. There's still follow Giggs. So I think of our options left, I think for dude here, Harvey stuff, I think we've done what we're going to do on his leads. Because we don't want the files. I think that's a waste of our time. We just did the informants, and we did talk to them about the investigation. So I think he's done. I believe.
Sounds good.
For Warren, talk to the owner of the stolen car. I don't think that gets us anything. Because the stolen car, where was the car stolen again? The night Karen went missing, someone stole a car near where she was left.
That was Tito's bar, if I recall.
Talk to the owner of the stolen car. She's not going to know where a car went.
Yeah.
Ask Spacey to ask his informants about Tagaro. We did that. Ask Spacey to dig into Karen's work on the mafia. That is sounding like the best one right now.
Yeah. Although the car one might turn up a lead in the sense that maybe they had to pick up the vehicle from like a prison impound in a weird location. You know what I mean? Or
maybe.
Something.
So I feel to find this Tagaro, we gotta go mafia diving.
Oh, Tagaro. Okay, that's what I meant when I said Ferragamo. Tagaro.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I feel that's where we gotta go. So where is that?
Yeah, honestly, and because early on they kept everyone kept saying like a mob war, and I think that's probably the reason why. And Karen was also investigating that before her death. I think that's we're gonna figure out that they hired the cops to.
So then we got to go to the Gotham City Gazette, which, good news, doesn't cost us anything except time.
Why are we trying in a blimp? That seems so funny.
Don't really know. What did I say? Gotham City Gazette 4.
Well, because I want representation in media too.
Vicki gives you the password to the folder where Karen stored her in-progress articles and notes. It seems that your newly resurrected colleague was obsessed with chasing down notorious mafia bosses. She managed to obtain some pretty interesting information. You also browsed through your own findings, mostly drafts of articles the editor-in-chief wanted you to write. Read files 004. So let's
004.
004. Whoa. There's lots there.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I guess we should go through this. The first part's not really calling to me. The Iceberg Lounge, Black Rose, revenues. There was something about the Black Rose Casino, wasn't there? That came up.
Oh, maybe that's the way to go about it. Or I did hear also Cobblepot's name come up earlier when it came to like the people who were fighting against each other. It was like
Yeah, I
Mark
think that's
Cohn
just
versus
more of a.
Cobblepot
I think we want
flavor text thing.
Yeah, I think we're not interested in him. I think we're interested definitely in these initials here.
Oh, what were they?
There's GW, FM, WF, and AH.
Okay, so we know there was like something Waller. There was a Greg Waller or something whose name kept popping up.
There was, but he's dead.
There's also
There's Gus Weller.
Yeah,
yes, Gus Weller.
Gus Waller, and then the second one with the F is Falcone, whatever it was. What was the initials?
FM.
FM. Oh no, wait. FM.
GW, FM, WF, and AH. Okay, well.
There wasn't there like a guy whose last name starts with an H, like Hubbard or something?
Oh, hang on. There's a bunch of stuff down here. Falcone's Artful Knife. A number of homicides took place this year. Oh no, those are dead people. Frank Miller. Frank Miller was killed.
Oh,
G-Do, W
the
Finger.
famous author and.
I don't know. F. Miller. I'm just assuming that's a little Easter egg in there. The victims were wealthy and had almost no records with the GCPD or City Hall. It's almost as if they were set up to appear as transients, but were more likely mercenaries hitmen. Of course, their connections to Falcone remain tangential. They were seen frequently in the Black Rose Casino often. Black Rose Casino. I'm going to write that down. Black Rose Casino. As well as meeting with Falcone's business reps. Shares of the Black Rose Casino fluctuated on or near the dates of the murders. But aside from the accidental causes of death, no near lines can be drawn, and thus Falcone was cleared of all charges. Joker stuff, no one cares about that. Fall of Janus Cosmetics, successful cosmetic company established and run by CEO Charles Sionis. Close friends with Thomas Wayne, turns out into a family. I don't think we care. I think we care about these investors, which I think FM, WF, AH. Okay. These initials meet up with these victims.
Oh, okay.
So GW is the one we don't have. That's the dead guy, the other dead guy. What was his name?
Yeah, Super K Kim just had the name a second ago.
Gus Weller.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, Gus Weller. I will bet money that's GW. FM is this F Miller, I bet. WF is probably W Finger. AH is probably A Huck. So then we got a D Monich, who's not listed there. And a J and a J. Yeah, a J Doe. So anyway, I'll continue on while we leave that on there. Falcone, like most of the Dons in Gotham City, has been charged for murders that couldn't be proven, or at least not proven in a courtroom. Both you and Karen had connected many loose ends, but was Karen trying to tie the Mafia to the GCPD? Dun, dun, dun. You call the office of the police captain at GCPD. Jim Gordon, my name is Warren Spacey. I'm with the Gotham City Gazette. Do you have time for a few questions regarding Karen Sinclair? Not exactly, Gordon responds, sounding somewhat exhausted. Wait, Spacey, as in Joker Spacey? Yeah, I wrote a piece a while ago, but I'm currently working with Vicki Vale, looking into a reappearance of Karen Sinclair, you say quickly, hoping to get off the topic of the Joker. I see. Well, I don't know much about the case. I believe it was assigned to Giggs and Kinski. Oh, there's their name again. Do you trust them, you interrupt? Yep. You really get straight to the point, don't you? As captain, I trust all my men, but there are officers I'm likely to share a drink with at Tino's or ask to babysit my kids? No way. Great, that helps a lot. Now I'm looking at Karen Sinclair's notes, and they show that she was trying to find out why the GCPD never shook down the Black Rose Casino or Rosemary's Restaurant, or the Soriso Clinic in the Diamond District, when we all know the places are fronts for Falcone. Listen, the city's buried in bureaucracy, and that bureaucracy is supported by corruption. I myself can only maneuver so well. I have restrictions. The commissioner may be the better person to speak to. I have to go. There's some new serum on the streets causing people to lose their minds. Keep up the honest work. As Gordon hangs up, you head to Vale's desk to share what you found. Gain a token. Okay, so Black Rose Casino, Rosemary's Restaurant, Soriso Clinic. So this Diamond District. That's it on that card. Do we want to follow those fuckers?
Follow Giggs, whatever his name is. Yeah.
Yeah, they might.
So do we have a certain amount of? So that checkerboard thing. If we get to the bottom,
we can stop whenever we want.
Like, but that red thing, that red 14, 12, 13, 14. What does that mean again?
That's just how far down the track we go. And the further we go, the worse our score is going to be at the end.
Oh, great.
So I don't think we have enough information. I think we need to... I feel there's something we're missing here.
Follow
I'm down for following. Yeah,
because here's what we got left.
I would say it's probably Falcone, though.
So the leads we've got left, we can go talk to the owner of the stolen car. I don't think that's worth our time. We did the underground, and we did that one. We just did that one. Okay. For Catwoman, see what Catwoman uncovers when returning to the clinic. Follow Giggs after he is done with his shift at the hospital, and then we talk to Batman. So
let's follow Giggs. I like the idea.
So that's Arkham Asylum. That will cost us a bat token. So that costs us 2 of these to make a bat token. And then we fly our blimp up here. And, oh my god, I just looked at it, and you think I can remember what it was? 12. 12. Arkham Asylum. You wait until Giggs is done with his shift at the hospital. Then you start your car and follow him. You know exactly where he's heading, and your skin crawls. Oh my god, this is like double printed. Every time you approach Arkham Asylum, you have the same discomfort. It's a grim house in a grim city. Amadeus Arkham's mad spirit surrounds the instability of this place. You follow Giggs through the main entrance and realize he's here to visit someone. He's led you into the visitors area. As the attendant... pardon me. As the attendant asks you who you're here to see, you panic and quickly blurt out the first patient that comes to mind and then immediately regret it. Okay. I'm here to interview the Joker. As you wait, a bit terrified, you overhear Giggs' conversation with someone you don't recognize. A blonde woman with a creepy smile. She must be a patient. Just make sure Mathis keeps his mouth shut. Okay. Oh, Mathis. Has that name come up yet?
I feel like I've heard it.
Okay, Giggs. Okay, just make sure Mathis keeps his mouth shut, okay? Giggs hisses to her. So that's someone in there? Mathis. Yeah. That's the doll maker, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
I don't care how you do it. He's mad that we used him, and Falcone is worried that he's out for revenge. Oh, maybe we do want to learn about him. and we'll get you out of here eventually, but we have to play our cards right. You sit facing a thick plastic divider and continue... Oh, they double printed that too. You sit facing a thick plastic divider and continue listening. But after the short exchange, Giggs pushes back his chair with a loud screech, and you turn to see him leave. You notice that the blonde woman is staring at you. Her strange, slight grin begins to fade slowly as you feel someone behind you approaching the divider. Oh, I wish I could do a Joker voice. Oh, Miss Vale, what a pleasant surprise. Anyone ever tell you why the amputee couldn't be a reporter? Nope, you're out of your seat and following Giggs before you can hear the punchline. I want to know the punchline. Giggs leads you to an abandoned tenement in Coventry. Inside, he opens one of the mail slots in the hallway and takes a thick envelope. When you try crossing the street, a large semi cuts you off and you lose sight of Giggs, but you approach the mail slot and can see a few left behind rose petals. Gain a thing.
And
Like
my
lavender?
guess is they can't do any of the legwork.
Okay, so leads-wise, what do we got left? Okay, we've talked to Batman. We just did Giggs. We can still go back to the underground to talk to Catwoman, or see what Catwoman can find at the clinic. And talk to the stolen car. No. We're running out of leads here, guys.
Be like the one that gives us everything.
No, nothing here is going to answer. Like, we may not get the answer. Like, no card here is going to say, this guy did it.
No.
So...
No, but he might know who framed him. Or, like, why, what's up that we don't know.
Framed the doll maker guy?
Yeah, because he's in jail for something he probably didn't do, but he might be aware as to why he's there. Who pulled the strings above him. So I don't know what the cost is to talk to him, but
that's not a choice.
Oh, okay, because I don't think it would be devoid of usefulness to talk to him. You know what I mean? I think there's some info we could get potentially depending on where the story wants to go.
Because of the leads we've got left, like I said, those ones, and I think we did all this. Well, we kind of tossed the Dollmaker's files. I guess that's a lead we didn't follow. Is there something in these pictures that we're missing? Doesn't look like it.
What, the comic book things?
Yeah, so I'm just having a quick look at the comics here. Even if there was, I don't know what we do with that.
Look for the...
Oh. The badge number is 89. It's 289.
Who?
I don't know. The dude, the cop.
Oh, probably Kinsey.
Yeah, which one was the big one?
There's a short, squat, and then the big, tall. I'm not sure actually, but
one tall and chubby, the other shorter. Who was who?
okay. So both chubby, just one tall and one short. Okay.
I think the one that Vicki Vale's talking to in the other comic strip, is that not one of them?
Yeah, let's see. That's this one, isn't it?
That looks like, because that one looks more short than...
Hands me the files. I think the big one was Kinski.
Who's 8989 or 89289?
Here, pick up the first page. Oh no, I'm just going back to find
The description.
Yeah, which one was that? That was is that downtown? Oh yeah, there it was. Chubby tall man in his 30s is Giggs. Shorter man. So Giggs
Giggs is the tall man or the short man in this case?
Oh.
Giggs is the taller man. No, wait a minute.
Okay.
What'd I say? Chubby tall man.
Mm-hmm.
And a shorter man is Kinski.
Okay.
So is that guy
I
tall
think
or
they're
short?
Or is it chubby and
I
stuff?
think
I don't know.
This guy looks kind of chubbier.
no, but like the way it was written, like they both could be chubby. It's just one
No,
is tall and one is short.
no, I take it as the
No,
tall and chubby is the one guy Giggs.
tall and chubby, and then the other one is just short. Okay, I get you.
So Giggs has 289 is his badge number.
Okay. She kept
Giggs.
saying 8989.
289
Okay,
badge
that
number.
makes sense because if Giggs did it, then Kinsey just walked around cleaning up the evidence.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah, but we followed gigs. There's nothing else on gigs that we can do.
No, I think Giggs was covered up.
Well, are we comfortable enough to try to take the final quiz, or do you think we need more information?
No.
What?
I want to know why. We still don't have a why from who hired them because they didn't do it independently.
I don't know that we can get it from any of this stuff though. Okay, so we've got
yeah.
Okay, so for leads left, ask Bullock to obtain Dollmaker's files. I don't think that helps us.
Yeah, nope.
Ask Bullock if he's any informants in Blackgate. We did that. Talk to Giggs and Kinski. We did that.
Well, if it's the only thing available, we might as well do it. You know what I mean? Like,
talk to the owners
you guys want to call it early.
Talk to the owner of the stolen car. No.
And then Catwoman was the
Ask
other one.
Spacey about his informants. We did that. Ask Spacey to dig into Karen's work. We did that. And then this one was see what Catwoman uncovers at the clinic. And then the other one is follow Giggs, which we just did, and we went and saw Batman. So
it's either we stolen car or Catwoman.
Well, it's either stolen car, the Dollmaker files, or we go back to the clinic with Catwoman.
So I definitely am vetoing the Dollmaker files.
Yes,
maybe
I agree with that. I don't think.
But like but we should choose at least one of the two other two.
I think the car is a wasted lead.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion, but again, I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. If anything, let me change my one to the car. So like, let's choose between either the, I don't know, I forget the two options now.
Catwoman, the car,
or
Dollmaker.
Or Dollmaker file. But we're all agreeing that Dollmaker files make no sense, right?
Yeah, I don't think we get the info I think they would give us.
And if we need to go underground, where's underground?
And what clinic? Are they talking about Arkham?
I think the clinic might be the Dollmaker clinic. I don't know.
Oh, the one that was found in the sewer. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Or maybe it's I don't know, some clinic.
Yeah. Let's talk to Catwoman. I think that's the only viable.
Okay, now
option.
the problem with that is we need to go to the underground, which is here. So to go there, we need a Joker token and a investigation token.
We don't have enough.
So we can do an investigation action where it just pushes this down by one. We get 2 tokens.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, because no matter what, we're going to need 2 tokens.
Yeah.
Because I can spend... Sorry, I just want to see. Okay, so my ability is I can spend 1 token to unexhaust all the board tiles. So we can flip them all back to make them all cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
But we still had to do that investigation action to do that. Because we still needed 2 to get to the Joker token. So then we got to go there, spend 2 more to make a Joker token, to go to, where did I say? The underground.
Yeah.
Flip that. And that is card 9. I feel this is probably our last card that we should take.
Yeah, agreed.
Gain card 4. Oh. Maybe we should have gone there earlier.
Ooh.
Okay, so we got another picture. So I'm going to get rid of these because I don't think we need these anymore. It's a new comic. We'll put on there. I'll let you guys look at that while I do some reading. You know from experience that vigilantes and criminals don't always have the luxury of quality, safe medical care. It would make most casual citizens sick if they knew how many back alley medical procedures took place on a daily basis. You make your way through the Diamond District, climb the fire escape of Soriso Clinic, and slip through the window, which you rigged last time you were here. You make a beeline to the office of the clinic's unofficial owner, none other than Carmine Falcone, one of the most powerful crime lords of Gotham City. He's not here. The conflict between Maroni and the Penguin is causing chaos on the streets once again, and he wouldn't be himself if he didn't get involved. The last time you were in this building, you were here for valuables. You didn't find anything in the office, so you slipped through the sterile corridors of the cosmetic surgery clinic to the much less sterile basement, where instead of high society patients recovering from dermal fillers, you saw all kinds of criminals being stitched by outlaw surgeons working for Falcone. That's when you found the beaten and tortured Karen Sinclair. The room where they kept her was even more gruesome than the rest of the illegal surgical rooms in the basements. Apart from some old and unusable medical equipment, there were many dusty doll heads and blood-curdling pictures of human anatomy on the walls. Now you've returned to look for something other than money. In the drawer of the desk, there are several files that look potentially useful for blackmail or harming the reputation of Falcone. Among his personal files, you find the documents of Barton Mathis, known as the Dollmaker. He had been working here for a few months 3 years ago as a surgeon and organ harvester. The last note in the file says May 24th, end of collaboration. There are also documents of several other doctors, the candidates to replace Mathis, but you don't recognize any of them. Lastly, you log into his computer. The password isn't too difficult. Sophia, his favorite daughter. There you find even more information that throws a bad light on Carmel Falcone's business, medical documentation of the clinic's patients, at least the official ones, $100,000 for a rhinoplasty, $300,000 for breast augmentation, $150,000 for lip fillers. This place is definitely a money laundering organization. Gain 1 token. What's on this? I don't know. Picture of Carmine Falcone with scratches. The office of the clinic's unofficial owner. Yeah.
No, Falcone is historically has been scratched in the face by Catwoman. So he has like a triple scar thing, kind of like Shanks from One Piece.
I don't think there's anything else that the leads will help us. Like, I feel we're at the end, unless the personal goals you feel might help with anything.
Nah, for me personally, no. I'm willing to guess. Yeah.
Are we willing to go into the final report and see how we did?
I am not confident we have the full motive, but otherwise, I think we have like 80. I think we're like, depending on what the ending is, I think we have 80% of the info we need.
Okay. How are you feeling, Kim?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should go for it.
Okay. Let's bring up then the final report and see how we did.
Boy.
Okay.
How well is our note taking?
Okay. It's late in the night when Vicki summons you all to the Gotham City cemetery. She's waiting for you where Karen Sinclair's tombstone was standing just days before. Spacey and Bullock arrive first, then Catwoman emerges from the shadows. Hey, I didn't agree to work with criminals, says Bullock, reaching towards his holster. You all wanted to cooperate with me on this case, right? Vicki interjects and steps between them with her arms out. Then cooperate. It's time to share what we've learned. Are you ready to finish the episode and answer the questions? In the prologue, Vicki Vale's goal aligns with the main goal, and she doesn't answer a personal goals question. Okay.
Whatever that means.
Who kidnapped and tortured Karen Sinclair?
Oh, that would be Gigs, probably.
But I think the officers maybe.
You think they
But
kidnapped
I
her?
think they would. I think they kidnapped her, but I think someone else did the torturing.
That's true.
Well, I think the dollmaker was done by that point. Tagaro, we don't know much about him.
No.
Carmine, nah, he's not involved with that.
Do that.
And I don't think she did it, so I'm okay with that answer. Officers Tom and... That's what we're saying?
Unless maybe Giggs is the one that tortured. They kidnapped her. He did the torturing because...
Well, we can't break it up. These are our choices here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that would have to be it. Unless we magically...
Is there multiple choice options, actually? Is that...
Yeah, can you see the Twitch stream?
Oh, sorry. I am away from the screen, but I am listening. Sorry.
Feeling like the officers kidnapped her.
So the options are who kidnapped and tortured Karen Sinclair. So one option is the dollmaker. No.
Tagaro may have tortured her.
I think he kind of just disappeared, so we don't really know his story. But they had her, and then she vanished with these guys there, right?
Unless we honestly think that dollmaker did torture.
No. I mean, dollmaker has nothing to do with this.
An organization, yeah. I don't know. We never. Yeah, that's fair. I think it was a scapegoat from the beginning, but like, that is very. Yeah, that is making me question it. But let's see.
So can you actually check mark a couple or no? Just one.
No, I can pick one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what is everyone leaning towards?
Kinski and Giggs.
Kim, what are you leaning towards?
Yeah, they would have had done the kidnapping, but I don't know about the torturing part. That's weird.
I know they might have contracted Toyman, and we didn't pick up on that. But like, I am, but we didn't hear. I don't think we heard anything of that sort. So I'm gonna go with the two cops. Maybe maybe they work in a team where one torches, one covers up, but they have some direct involvement. So
we're comfortable as that as our first answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Do you want to move on to Catwoman to answer a personal goal question? After you click OK, it won't be possible to return to the previous question. Sure.
Okay, you can take only option.
Well, we can cancel and go back, but how is Falcone involved in the case? Falcone had Karen kidnapped because he discovered that she was investigating his financial and political fraud. Falcone wanted to have Karen's organs harvested and sold by the dollmaker. Or Karen Sinclair led a secret investigation on him, commissioned by two lazy police officers who didn't want to lose their jobs due to their incompetence. Oh, I think it's the first one for sure.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I could talk about my personal
Yeah,
goal,
you can talk about now, yeah.
Catwoman didn't think Falcone did it.
No.
Because she said this isn't Falcone's doing. Like, it's not his style. Why would he kidnap a journalist? Like, why? If he wanted a journalist to disappear, then they would maybe make her disappear. Why keep her body around if she's not dead?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I don't think Falcone had nothing to do with it, though.
Well,
I think he had something to do. I don't think he had anything to do with harvesting. He didn't give a shit about that.
Mm-mm.
And those cops are not smart enough to do anything.
Yeah.
So it has to be A.
Yeah, I was leaning more on the last one, but
really? Let a secret investigation him.
Could you repeat the last one again?
Karen Sinclair
that's her saying that she hired them?
They hired her. So Karen Sinclair led a secret investigation on him, commissioned by two lazy police officers who didn't want to lose their jobs due to their incompetence.
I would laugh if Karen was this all along.
I don't think they're that smart. I think these guys are...
Karen was like the one who did this. like she
So,
faked her own death.
How is
faked her own
Falcone
death.
involved in the case? Like I said, well, yeah. What do you guys say?
So, I mean, given the options that we have, for B, then for the second question, I think it's A. Yeah, like it's not that C isn't possible. Like I just personally, I feel like A is a stronger option, but like I'm usually wrong about these games, so it's gonna end up being C.
I'm not very good at
I
this.
know it
I don't
is.
think they're
Yeah,
that.
like,
My thing is, I don't think these cops are that intelligent.
No, well, we don't. That could be a trail off.
It could be. It could be.
true.
So, also
Playing
my
dumb is the
personal
best defense.
Catwoman's thoughts. She says that well, she's kind of saying that Falcone had nothing to do with it, and the reason she wanted to go to talk to Falcone was to try to figure out who he thinks tried to kill Karen.
So then, do you think it's this bottom one?
Just based on my readings
I
of what I
there.
have for my personal goal, Catwoman didn't think Falcone had anything to do with it.
So then you're thinking that.
So we have 2 for A and 1 for C. How do we propose to like? I don't want to do like
Kim has more information than we do because she had personal information.
That's true. That's true. So I'm willing to take a gamble on C, honestly, because it doesn't sound implausible.
Can I read you my thing or
yeah,
no?
go
You
for it.
absolutely can.
All right, let me read it and see, and then you guys can think. So, being adopted into a wealthy family and then abandoned and left to fend for yourself doesn't do much for your faith in humanity. And honestly, when you heard about Falcone's new location for laundering cash, you figured you'll help yourself. You broke into the Sorreso clinic looking for a nice treat and found nothing but trouble. Karen St. Clair, tortured and already on a second life. As far as you can tell, who knows how many of 9 lives she has left. This isn't like Falcone. He wanted a journalist to disappear. They wouldn't be found. Something else must be going on, and who knows, maybe it'll be worthwhile payoff. Even those Gotham City Gazette goons seem hot on Falcone's trail, too, eager as always to play pretend detective. Can't blame them when real badges like Bullock can hardly find his piece, let alone a decent lead. Even the Bat mentioned they're working together on this one. Perhaps helping could earn you a favor. He might even provide some insight about people who tried to kill Karen. So it says, you decide to give it a shot. Make no mistake, you're not one to play well with others. But even cats will play with mice to work up an appetite. Settling a score with Falcone and maybe making some cash doesn't sound scrumptious. So she doesn't think it's him.
Yeah.
Based on that reading.
Okay.
Because as she said, if she wanted Karen to disappear,
she would never be found.
She would never have been found.
That is fair. Falcone is more competent than to leave such a loose end behind. That is a very compelling argument.
I'm okay with going to C based on that information.
Yeah. Honestly, let's go for it.
Okay. Do you want to move on to Harvey Bullock? Yes.
Yes.
Why didn't the police want to continue investigating Karen's case? Because the dollmaker already confessed to being Karen's kidnapper. Oh, shit. Yep. Because one of the witnesses, Gus Weller, died in prison after he testified and the police officers were afraid to share his fate. Because officers Giggs and Kinski were bribed by Falcone.
I do think it's 3, but
yeah, I don't think, like I said, I think the dollmaker had nothing to do with this.
The thing is,
it goes against what we just said, though, because now we're saying Falcone was involved, but we just said he wasn't.
Well,
we ended up never really looking into the dollmaker to see if he just straight up confessed. We just assumed he was
right. We didn't go to his files.
That's hilarious. So
files.
We're just oh no, okay. That's
because
biting
the dollmaker already confessed to being because if we think about it, he was in jail, right? The dollmaker. So
I thought, I think so.
So if he had confessed, he would end up in jail, right? Or just was he in jail or Arkham? Jail, right?
He was in Arkham, wasn't it?
Unknown.
I don't think he was available to do anything.
But we don't know if he was in jail before all this or after all this. Did he really? See, we should have read his file. Son of a bitch. Because now we don't know how to answer this one.
So the thing is, I'm gonna say we have to choose one or the other. We
Is there
either have
any
to
info
go
in your
back to the previous-
personal page on that card?
Like what were the three options for the personal thing?
This is because the dollmaker already confessed to being Karen's kidnapper.
Yep, that wouldn't be on there.
Because one of the witnesses, Gus Weller, died in prison after he testified, and the police officers were afraid to share his fate. Or C, because officers Giggs and Kinski were bribed by Falcone.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I really don't think there's anything specific like that. It's like, a lot of there's a lot of trying to clear out corruption in Gotham and whatever, and working hard and
was it because
whatever.
Originally didn't the dollmaker at the very beginning here police report.
Either way, if we do choose to do,
I think it's because they already assumed she was already taken.
Huh.
Pound intervened, saved it.
But why would a dollmaker confess to something he didn't do?
A week later, the police released a report supporting her abduction by a serial killer, Barton Mathis, known as the dollmaker. He must have confessed then. Maybe it's in that file. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's this one's a shot in the dark. I have no leanings. Because I don't know why wouldn't they want to continue investigating? So it's either bribery, which again kind of goes against our other thing, or it's because they thought the case was already closed.
Which is a file that talked about these guys. Talked about Weller.
Oh my god, I don't remember which one it was.
Was it 4? Yeah, 4.
4 had Waller stuff.
Gus Weller.
No, he's not on that one.
Yeah, he didn't show up on that one. But they did talk about him during...
Yeah, during something.
When they were talking to the girl at the Rosemary restaurant.
That might have been Spacey. Abigail Jones.
That's the only place I wrote down his name. I don't remember why his name came up.
Tugaro. Herman Hunter. No, that's Tugaro.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. When they visited when they went to go talk to the girl at the Rosemary restaurant, it was in there about him.
Okay. Which one was that though?
Something about the Black Rose. They talked about, she was saying September 19th was when that girl went missing, and something about somebody was cleaning.
The night that girl
cleanup
went
job.
missing, Tagaro was supposed to have some important meeting in the warehouse.
Does it mention Gus in there? Gus
No.
Fuller? No. Okay, why did I write that name down then?
Oh, was that in
Blackgate?
Blackgate? Was
Maybe
that?
Blackgate?
That might have been Blackgate. Gus Weller. He died a few days ago.
Say why?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm starting to rush, but I am starting to fade. I might have to just pop off if that's okay.
No, that's no big deal. I think this is it.
Okay,
I would go with number 1 because the Dollmaker already confessed. And
it's been a long day, so I was starting to fade real hard there for a second.
No real. Okay, I'm good with saying that. I think they already thought the case was closed.
Okay, I'm good with that.
At the end of the episode, where was your investigation token? Red. Who kidnapped and tortured Karen Sinclair? Officers Kinski and Jeremy Giggs. Let's go the long version. Explanation. Whoa, that's very long. Karen Sinclair investigated Carmine Falcone's illegal business on September 19th. Karen attempted to eavesdrop during an illegal arms transaction in the Diamond District, but she was noticed by Falcone's men and attacked. Fortunately, she was saved just in time by Batman, who happened to be patrolling the streets nearby. The gangsters ran away and Batman continued to chase them, but before that, he notified the police about Karen's whereabouts and asked them to escort her safely to the hospital. Jeremy Giggs and Thomas Kinski volunteered to take up the task. Batman managed to catch several gangsters who were attending the meeting, including Gus Weller, a hitman working for Falcone. Tagaro, a lieutenant in Falcone's gang, fled. When officers Giggs and Kinski arrived to help Karen, she wasn't there, or so they claimed. In fact, they kidnapped her and transported her to the Sorriso clinic owned by Carmine Falcone. They hid her in the basement and they interrogated her. They were worried that she had contacted and been saved by Batman. Batman's involvement in all of this would make things even more complicated. They wanted to ask her if she knew if Batman knew that Falcone had informants in the police department, Giggs and Kinski. But Karen was tough and interrogating her took longer than expected. They kept their faces hidden, but used the dollmaker's methods so that she would be convinced that she was in the basement she was kept in the basement by the infamous surgeon. A week later, it was announced that Karen was most likely kidnapped by the dollmaker, who was collaborating with Falcone's Sorriso clinic. Her blood was found in his surgical room when he was arrested 2 days later, and the lead investigators claimed that parts of her body were already sold on the black market. The dollmaker, who was framed by Falcone, Giggs and Kinski, was sent to Arkham. The funeral, held on September 30th, was conducted with an empty coffin. On October 3rd, Catwoman broke into the Sorriso clinic to steal from Falcone, but instead she found the tortured woman. She decided to rescue her. After running away, Karen tried to contact her mother, but she claimed that her daughter was dead and buried her at the Gotham City cemetery. Karen rushed to the cemetery and saw her own grave. That's where she was found by the other visitors, who immediately informed the police. See you next time. The story continues. Oh.
So it was the cops.
Yes.
We had it right. Okay.
So the cops kidnapped, but then, did we answer all 4 of the questions right? Or we did, so we definitely had that one.
Main goal result.
Oh, nope, we were wrong on Catwoman. Falcone had kidnapped because she discovered that she was investigating. Hey, that's what we said originally. Okay.
So we add it, but I think the info on the cards are flavor text, and then at the bottom it tells you your goal. So maybe because mine really heavily implicated the 2 cops.
Yeah.
I don't think that was I don't think it was necessarily actually a clue.
Well, it was because we were wrong on yours too. Why didn't they continue the investigative case? Because they were bribed.
Yeah.
So the epilogue of the story.
By Falcone, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
3 days after your meeting with the Gotham City Cemetery, Karen Sinclair finally begins to regain her faculties. She doesn't remember much from her kidnapping, but she finally decides to reveal her findings about Falcone's fraud and his connections to the police. The evidence she provided was so solid that even such a powerful mafia boss like Falcone couldn't avoid prison time. and you, the unlikely team who worked together to reveal Karen's real abductors, have caught the attention of a certain police captain. See you next time. The story continues in guilt.
Not so well.
Oh no. Well, we got close. I think we had it, but we talked ourselves out of it.
Your answer is correct. 73% of playgroups selected a correct answer. Cool. Let's see how we did in the Catwoman. Oh, 89% got that one right. And Harvey Bullock, 90.
Well,
my initial
thing was that like they were bribed, but because we decided to go the not Falcone route, I decided to go the other answer.
Episode lost.
One threw us off, thinking it was not him, right?
So we got 0 out of 5 points.
Wow.
We didn't get one for knowing that one. That's
well, probably because we got to the red zone. We probably should have stopped earlier. I think we went on a few red herrings before we did that.
This is very interesting, though. That was I like the kind of like how this game is constructed. Like if I was a little bit more energetic and awake, I think I probably would have been able to somehow debate more. But like kind of going along with the ride in a sense, like it was definitely interesting.
Yeah, there weren't like we went through a lot of the cards. There were only 2 cards we didn't look at.
Gotcha.
So that's probably we went through too many, I think.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. It's like you gotta pick and choose, right? Like,
yeah, but again, this is exactly like Sherlock Holmes. You just keep wandering until you feel you've got information, and then you go like, "Well, I don't know what else we can find out."
Huh.
But
so are all those Sherlock Holmes games like one-time play for the most part?
Yeah, you're not going to play it a second time. Like you would never go through the prologue like this again. I mean, it says you can reset it and play it again, but why would you?
You know the answers.
Yeah. No, but it's curious to know. But like that's why I'm glad it came with a couple of stories.
And, yeah, like this one's got 4 stories altogether.
Huh.
So we just did the first one there. So there's 3 more. And this whole system, they've got a whole bunch of games based on this detective system. What's it called? Yeah, detective investigation system. So this is just the Batman themed version of it. But they got lots of other ones. But the Sherlock Holmes ones are the same idea. You've got like newspapers and a storybook that you're reading through. And you can go to different spots to kind of gain clues and essentially the same thing. You're getting information, then at the end you're asked questions. You're probably not going to solve.
Cute, but I like but I can see like if you have like a group of friends that trade like this, like like each one buys like one but trades it to each other, like or whatever.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
or whatever. Like these, you can get a lot of gameplay out of these, but like
well, you're not destroying anything too, so you'd be able to sell this. Like when you're done with it, you can just sell it off to someone else.
Just reset everything back.
Yeah.
Because I've never quite played like an investigative game like this, like because I see like a couple of like escape room style games and whatever, but yeah, I've never quite tried this, so it was nice to.
These are interesting, but I mean, it is literally you're sitting there and you got to kind of think it through and be awake for it to do what you got to do. But I kind of like how they kind of combined it with some technology. So you got to go on the website to get some of the info. We'll see what the rest of it's like, but that's kind of a neat take on it. Yeah, you could probably play this mostly digital too. Like, I'm sure there's a way for them to do that. You probably sell more by doing it the actual board game.
I don't know, like an app like version where it's integrated.
Yeah. But that's
Everybody Lies.
Everybody Lies, episode 1 or episode
Catwoman
0.
lied, man. She lied to you.
Yeah, I think we probably should have stuck to our guns and.
Yeah, we fell into her trap.
Yeah.